Well, hello all you fine people out there in YouTube land. Yesterday was my 22nd birthday, and man, I have awesome friends. I got a couple of buddies of mine who pooled money to get me this little hot number right here, and if you've been in guns for more than 5 minutes, then you probably know exactly what this is, or at least a good idea of what it is. I've been wanting to get me one of these for a while now, and honestly, I was about to get one today when my paycheck hit, but they beat me to the punch. Saved me a couple $100 in the process. So for those of y'all that don't know what this is, let's open up the box and take a peek. Let's set this up here. Sorry about the mess, guys. I'm working off of my model railroad workbench, so that's why there's all this other crap on top. But anyways, bam, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? This is a little single action Heritage Manufacturing 6-shot 22 with interchangeable cylinders. I've got the 22 mag cylinder in it right now, and that's the 22 long rifle cylinder. Yes, I've shot it already. I know, how selfish of me not sharing the first few rounds out of this thing with all you guys, but you know what? I had my camera on me, and I couldn't wait. These things come with a bunch of different stuff. The Youth Handgun Safety Act notice, bullshit the government requires nowadays. Kept the receipt in there. You know, the usual promotional stuff. That is later. Comes with a trigger lock, which I don't ever plan on using, but it comes with a key trigger lock. Slips over the trigger guard, and let's show you guys how to swap out the cylinders real quick. Alright, so the cool thing about this revolver is the fact that it comes with 2 cylinders. As I already said, I got the 22 Magnum cylinder in it, and I have the 22 long rifle cylinder not in it. So to swap out the cylinders, what you're going to do, first things first, this loading gate that's right here, right there, stick your finger in it, flip it down. There's a screw right here. You push it down, and there's a little pin right there. You pull it out. And this is a very awkward angle to do this at, but you hold that screw that you push down the whole time you're doing this, and then there it goes. Don't lose that. That's very important. That keeps the cylinder in the gun. Stick it somewhere it's not going to roll away. Let your hand off of that screw right here, and then you just push it out. The other side, the same size as the loading gate. Stick the cylinder you just took out somewhere down, and then take this. Obviously, the ratcheting mechanism right here faces towards the hammer, and then it'll click in. Make sure you got it aligned properly, and then that pin goes right back in. It just slips in. It doesn't screw or anything like that. It just slips in. So you take it, line it up with the hole, make sure the cylinder stays in there, push that little screw back in, and then bam, there you go. Takes a little bit to get it down, you know, flawlessly, but once you get the hang of it, you'll get the hang of it, and you'll be able to do it quicker. I'd be able to do it a lot faster if I wasn't holding it at an awkward angle. So now, single action revolvers, they're not complicated. Pull the hammer back all the way, then you pull the trigger, and that's the only way you can fire it. If I pull the trigger right now, nothing. That hammer won't go back. Single action means just that. The trigger does one single action, and that is fire the gun. Nothing more. This isn't a double action. Your double action revolvers are the ones where you can pull the trigger and the hammer cocks and fires. Now the cool thing about this gun is the fact that it has 2 safety mechanisms. Technically 3 if you leave the hammer resting on an empty chamber. But there's 2 mechanical safety devices on here. The first is half cock. That first click, when it goes back, I'm pulling the trigger, nothing's happening. You'll break the trigger before you get the hammer to fall. And even if it did fall, it's too close to the firing pin to really be all that much of a serious threat. The other safety mechanism, mechanical safety mechanism on this thing, is an actual hammer block. There's a bar, I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it, right there. That little line you see right there. If I flip it down, you see it rotate out of the way, it goes away. I flip it back up, there it is. I pull the trigger, nothing happens. It blocks the hammer from hitting that little round dot right there, your firing pin. It is as foolproof of a safety as you're going to get in a firearm, an actual hammer block. When I carry it with the safety on and the hammer resting on a loaded chamber, because there's virtually no chance of it going off. Flip it down, that's a completely different story. But this is what my buddies got me for my 22nd birthday. I've already fired some rounds through it. Man, I'll tell you, she's a sweet shooter. Shoots a little bit, you know, off to the left, but it's a handgun. It's not meant for precision, long-range accuracy. And whenever I'm out in the field just messing around, I keep the 22 long rifle cylinder in it. When it's here at the house or in the truck with me, it'll have that 22 mag cylinder in it, and I actually have shells in my pocket for a little size comparison. For those of y'all that don't know the difference, I guess I don't have any 22 long rifles in my pocket. Thought I did. Oh yeah, I do. This is your standard 22 long rifle. That is the 22 Magnum right next to it. 22 long rifle on the left, 22 Magnum on the right. That little 22 Magnum shell right here, these are CCI ballistic tipped varmint rounds. When that little dark spot on the nose of the bullet impacts the target, it forces itself down into the bullet itself, and it causes the actual lead and copper and everything else to just disintegrate and shoot off. The fragments shoot off inside of whatever you hit. So it's like, you know, getting hit in the chest with a little miniature grenade, basically. Instead of one wound channel, it makes like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many, you know, fragments the bullet breaks off into, plus that little pointed tip. But aside from a couple of escapades, which I won't mention in this video, nothing illegal, but I'm not going to mention it simply because, you know, that's not something you guys need to know about. It was a great 22nd birthday, and I hope that this next year for me will be as good or better than last year. So that's what it is. There's a little envelope they send you, and it's the proof shell that the gun works and functions perfectly. That's what that was. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Be safe out there. Remember, united we stand and divided we will surely fall. Join the NRA.